Alright, so once again I'm live. Daggone. Coming to you live at night. Daggone. It's been a rainy day in Central VA or whatever they call it. It's been one of them days. A lot of things going on. A lot of a lot of psyops, man. What's going on, brother? Yo.
Yeah, my bad, man. Just chilling, man. Just getting in from the gym, man. Just getting in from the gym,
Yeah,
trying to get
I went
man.
there earlier, man, but it's been a rainy day, man. It's a wild day, man. Like it's been one of them days, man. Raining, wind, trees down. They had an earthquake in California. They had one in DC. I think
Bro,
they had one in New York.
the other day. It was crazy
Yeah,
because me and my uncle was over here. We was like, what the fuck?
yeah. Dr. Lean, I sent you earlier bringing it up. I think a lady even said they had a measles outbreak in Philadelphia.
Mm.
A lot of things going on, brother. A lot of things going on. Look, last night they had that national championship game on.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at it from my homeboy. We looked at it. They had Fantasia. She came out there with the purple outfit on. You know, all that. Right? They even announced she was in the movie The Color Purple. But when the game was over, I realized the score was 34-13.
Them numbers, brother.
Which
Them numbers
equals
on
40,
fire,
which
man.
equals 47.
Oh, that play, that wrong. That
All
47.
right.
Oh, baby. Was it 47 Ronin?
47 problems of Euclid. But look, check
Oh,
this
that.
out. But check this out.
Mm.
That won't do the problem. So the 49ers, no. Well, the Ravens, Baltimore Ravens is coached by Jim Harbaugh, and Michigan was coached by John Harbaugh, right?
Mm-hmm.
John Harbaugh used to coach the San Francisco 49ers back, matter of fact, when Kaepernick was playing. Jim Harbaugh was the coach of the Ravens. The last Super Bowl,
Father and son, right?
they brothers.
Oh, got you.
But here go the thing. Guess what? That was the Super Bowl in New Orleans when the lights went out. Number one, the lights was off for 33 minutes.
Man, it gotta be perfect. It gotta be perfectly in sync, dude. 33, baby.
Now, but here go the more pressing question. The more pressing question was that was 47. The Super Bowl where they coached against each other was Super Bowl 47, man.
Mm-hmm. They play too much.
Come on, man.
They play a lot, man.
This
They
shit
play
funny,
too much.
man. Hey.
Mm-hmm. I'm listening.
Now I understand why your boy Darren say who write these scripts, man.
Who writes these mugs, man? Mm-hmm.
But back to the real deal. A lot of stuff going on. I've been in New York today. It was some Jewish people that got to fighting at the synagogue with some cops and shit.
Did they put that? Is that on ABC? Is that on every news station? That's what I want.
Yeah, about a tunnel, man. You saw that shit, man.
I mean, right? Is that
Come
on every
on,
news station?
man.
Is that on every news station?
Now, okay, I didn't have a problem with this. My thing is, wait a minute now, Frank. Don't the new media always show a black man get shot by the police?
Damn, all day, dude.
Then wait a minute. Why they get to fight this stuff and tussling with these people, man? They ain't shoot nobody, man.
They didn't shoot nobody?
The cops ain't shoot nobody.
Yeah, man.
Come on, man. What kind of game y'all running? I'm just saying, man. I'm just trying to say, like, what happened, man? Every time else somebody gets shot. I mean, this time, you know, they got a little Tesla or whatever, but man, I'm like, man, was this a psyop, man? I'm just trying to figure this out, man.
You know,
was this a psyop? You hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening. Was it? That's what I'm. It makes you think. It's like,
relaxing, man, because that was kind of weird, man. You know.
So okay, what news station did you see? What news station did you see?
I didn't see no news station, but everybody was talking about it.
Because that should. I think you should look it up. I think you should pull it up right now to see what news stations are talking about it. Because
I'm about to pull it up.
Because the mainstream, when it's us, dude, they make a big deal out of that shit, man. A big deal. When it's somebody else, you know what I'm saying? Then it's just like, we're not gonna put. I think that's the narrative. Does that make sense? I think that's the narrative.
It's big time. You know how I know it's big time?
I think that the narrative is to show us, oh, Pioneer, what up, man? Damn, it's been a minute, dude. Damn, Pioneer, where Pioneer been at, man?
Man, it's big time. You know why? Because I just pulled it up and it came up right on cue. Ooh. Hey, look, all I put in was the word J.
See, that's kind of weird too. The algorithm.
I put JEW and it came up like it wasn't nothing.
That's weird, bro. How the algorithm is like that.
I also got to talk about that alien sighting they say they saw in Florida, man.
Interesting.
Then Florida had a tornado today.
Interesting.
This shit funny, man. Hey, man, like my man West say, what a time to be alive.
Hey, you want to share? Want to share the screen real quick? I just want to see how many we're talking about this shit.
Man, hold on, man.
Hold on. Us, dude.
I'm about to play the video, man. You know
I got look at the Black Lives Matter thing, for example.
Oh, I got to talk about that Biden thing too. But hold on. Fair use copyright disclaimer on Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976 allows made fair use purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute but otherwise be infringing. All right, hold on, man. Let me see if Chak available, man. I'm gonna call it one more time. Here we get available, man. This will be the
funny, man. That's crazy, man.
No, this is funny, man.
It's like, what the fuck?
This is some funny shit, man. I be laughing my ass off when they be coming up with this thing.
You literally can't make this shit up.
Hey, man, wait a minute. And I got to talk about that defense secretary, too, man. They said he got diagnosed with prostate cancer. But check this out. They say he went over to Israel. And then he came back. They said Biden ain't know he was in the hospital. The secretary ain't know he was in the hospital. Man, they better kill that dude, man. Because how the hell is the defense secretary of the Pentagon in the hospital in the ICU and the president didn't even know where he was at? So somebody lying here. But let's get to this story, man. Fuck it. Oh, shoot, my bad. My bad, Frank. My bad. I think this thing is all a game, though, man. Frank, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's get it going.
This afternoon, after police say they dug a secret tunnel into the sanctuary of the Chabad Lubavitch headquarters in Brooklyn.
The men described by police as extremist students are accused of digging the tunnel so that they would be able to have access to the sanctuary after hours. And when a cement truck was brought in to fill that tunnel, the men stood in the tunnel, refusing to leave.
Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Carlo is live in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, with the very latest on this story. Anthony.
Dave, Lauren, we're learning new this afternoon that 5 of those 9 young men will be arraigned in court tonight, while the other 4 were issued desk appearance tickets, released, and expected back in court at a later date. Right now, the city's Department of Buildings investigators are inside this synagogue trying to determine whether it's safe for congregants to re-enter. I think all who've seen the video can agree it is both chaotic and bizarre. Police arresting 9 young men inside the synagogue between the ages of 19 and 21. The group charged with criminal mischief and reckless endangerment. Police say they were found inside a tunnel that was dug leading to Chabad Lubavitch World Headquarters on Eastern Parkway. Synagogue leaders described the group as extremist students seeking unauthorized access to the building by breaking walls. The tunnel had previously been discovered when a cement truck was brought in yesterday to repair the walls. Police say the group of young men stood in the tunnel and refused to leave. A spokesperson for Chabad Lubavitch headquarters says, in part, the community is pained by the vandalism of a group of young agitators who damaged the synagogue below Chabad headquarters at 770 Eastern Parkway Monday night. These odious actions will be investigated and the sanctity of the synagogue will be restored. We spoke with some congregants who prayed outside this morning since the synagogue was closed, pending an evaluation by the buildings department to determine structural stability.
It was very tragic, obviously. It bothers everyone, this whole community. There's not a single person that doesn't bother him right now that it's closed. Unfortunately, there was a few people. I was there at the time. It was less than a handful of people that broke the wall. Unfortunately, they had to cause this disturbing.
Now, Frank, let me say this. This is in Crown Heights, Brooklyn now, so you know this where the heights of the Jews at now. You know that, right? I ain't gonna point it out. All right. Let you know.
Thing that happened.
And again, we watched members of the congregation out here in the cold this morning saying their prayers outside of the synagogue with police officers posted outside, preventing anybody from going in. We understand right now there is some kind of discrepancy over control of the synagogue. Officials rather, of the synagogue say they have been litigating this matter in the New York State court system, trying to gain proper control of the premises, but it is a case that hang on for years.
Frank, what you think about this?
I just think this shit is
sounds like could be some human trafficking going on to me.
Couple things ain't adding up. Couple things ain't adding up, man. It's so okay. There's how is there a tunnel under the? How did that happen? How did they do that? So they're basically saying that they went in and attacked the Jewish synagogue, right? That's what they're saying.
Man, it's kind of weird, man.
So they said that they attacked the synagogue. So they said that they attacked the synagogue, right?
Let me say something, man.
I am Zoe Gong. As a traditional Chinese medicine chef and food therapist, I love you.
Look, man, let's put it this way, man. They say there was tunnels in this place, man. Yeah, and they try. Come on, man. Hey, Frank, this thing gets so weird, man. I can't even keep up what's going on. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Come on, man. Give me a break, man, with this nonsense, man.
I know. Come on. And then so they
went my leg again, man.
And they're attacking the people at the synagogue. But my thing is, people really have time in the day to do that? Ooh, they're not calling this anti-Semitic at all. They want to pick and choose what we call anti-Semitic.
Of course, man. That's the name of the game, brother. What if it get lost, brother? I like that, brother. Get with it and get lost. Keep your mind, keep it close, brother. Keep it close, okay? All right, man. Now, gotta get to a lot of pressing topics. Trying to make this thing last an hour and 30 minutes because I got a lot of stuff to talk about. All right. Now, you know, Biden was in South Carolina the other day at the church where Dylan Roof shot the people up down there in Carolina, South Carolina. And they had some Palestinian protesters in the church and stuff. And they had to remove them. And then the people in the crowd started telling Biden they want him to be 4 more years. Now, either this got to be a case of Stockholm Syndrome or it's a psyop. Could be because of both. But my thing was, I realized that the parishioners in the crowd, there were a whole lot of them in this church. It didn't look like us. Just pointing that out.
It didn't look like us, huh?
Not these ones that they're going to do any chant.
The truth. There's no light. Without light, there's no path from this darkness.
If you really care about the lives lost here, you should honor the lives lost and call for a ceasefire in Palestine. Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
All right, there go James Clyburn right there, Frank. There go James Clyburn right there. Look at him. Look at him.
Big old head. Big old raisin head, man.
He said he cannot. It's hard to break the MAGA wall, and he said that Biden is daggone. He don't understand why people are not supporting Biden, and things like that. I'll play the interview for you later as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, either this got to be some type of sign, but these people dang on the lost their goddamn mind. But Frank, look at the picture. I see a lot of pale faces here, Frank. What kind of game is this running, man?
What exactly?
If this is supposed to be Mother Emanuel Church, where Dylan Root shot them parishioners, what the hell is going on?
Why are they talking about something that don't have nothing to do with any of that?
No, Biden was talking about when he was in the pulpit, he was talking about the evils of white supremacy in the nation and what to do to end it. And then the people said, well, if you care so much about all this stuff you're talking about, you need to do something about what's going on in Palestine. That's what happened. Basically, they told him you being a hypocrite. They told him you care about so much, but you funding Israel and all this stuff. Then he's gonna come out and say in this clip, he's gonna tell you he working with the Israeli government to stop it. So he say, but he know he lying.
I know you lying.
Now listen.
Thank you. Look, folks, I understand their passion, and I've been quietly working with the Israeli government to get them to reduce and significantly get out of Gaza. I'm using all that I can to do that.
Frank, you believe that crap he talking, man?
Man, hell no, man. But see, the thing is, why would you need to do all that? See, I'm telling you. So, okay, so are there prisoners? What's going on with the prisoner thing? I mean, the hostage thing. Are there still hostages? I mean, I haven't heard. Did you hear about any hostages? I haven't heard some hostages in a minute.
Man, look, man, they told you all that stuff for Christmas. They ain't talking about that shit no more.
See, right? That was see. Oh, giving. Y'all talking about that around Christmas time because giving the hostages up and giving for fucking Christmas. Damn, dude.
Peekaboo, peekaboo,
Boy, I'll tell
peekaboo,
you.
I see you.
These motherfuckers ain't drunk, bro.
Clown show. Let me talking.
But I understand the passion. Look, folks, after the civil... Thank you. Well, thank you.
Oh, good night. Oh, my God.
Look, after the Civil War, the defeated Confederates couldn't accept the verdict of the war. They had lost. So they say they embraced what's known as the lost cause, a self-serving lie that the Civil War is not about slavery, but about states' rights. They've called that the noble cause. That was a lie that had not just a lie, but it had terrible consequences. It brought on Jim Crow. So let me be clear, for those who don't seem to know, slavery was the cause of the Civil War. There's no negotiation about that. Now we're living in an era of a second lost cause. Once again, there's some in this country trying to turn a loss into a lie which, if allowed to live, will once again bring terrible damage to this country. This time, the lie is about the 2020 election. The election which you made your voices heard and your power known. Just 2 days ago, we marked the third anniversary of one of the darkest days in American history, January the 6th, the day in which insurrectionists stormed the United States Capitol, trying for the first time in American history to stop the peaceful transfer of power in the country.
All right, man. Let's get to the real deal, man. Felicia, you right. That woman looked like a plant. You exactly right, Felicia. You're exactly right, Miss Felicia. I can't lie. This thing funny as hell. But you gotta give them credit. Man, that's why Don Lemon get to start doing a show on Twitter now. Don Lemon told you couldn't stand Elon Musk. Now he doing a show on X, man. This shit funny as hell.
Damn, I just.
Hey, man, the lies you tell. Clown show. But Frank, what do you think about this situation at this church, man? I mean, all this nonsense and lies they bring up. Come on, man, help me out, man. What do you think, man? It's funny, man.
I just think this shit is motherfucking. It's at this point, this is straight up propaganda, man. Like, like a motherfucker, man. Straight up propaganda and indoctrination. You basically indoctrinating, you know what I mean, and setting a narrative, keeping that narrative like that, to where you basically embedding and then you're basically embedded in the kind of thought process you want in people's minds.
I got a better question. Are people really this stupid, man?
I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah, I think because you believe the code. Excuse me, I don't want to say this on your channel, but that whole, the candy bar, all that thing, and the Rona thing, that was kind of a sign right there that people are stupid, man. And you're gonna just believe everything that the government tell you to do, and you're gonna do everything the government tell you to do.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I gotta bring something up about that, but it's not a music I'll bring to. But I'll get to that later. Let me bring that up too, because there's a lot of things going on, including they want people, the elderly, could they get their 8th candy bar, as you say. Damn, I said 8 one. Damn, what happened to 1, 2, 3, 4? They're going on with 8. Boy, thing is wild. Not to mention the World Health Organization, but nevertheless.
The idea of having one stream of income just didn't sit well with me.
Welcome back. Top Democrats are sounding the alarm that President Biden's re-election campaign is not resonating with voters as the president hits the campaign trail for the first time this year with remarks in Pennsylvania and South Carolina. The Washington Post reported this weekend that former President Obama voiced his concerns to Biden about his campaign strategy in a recent face-to-face meeting. And prominent South Carolina Congressman Jim Clyburn, who was critical to Biden's breakthrough win in the state in 2020 and introduced Biden before his speech today, is publicly warning that the president's message about his record just isn't reaching voters. Take a listen.
I'm not worried. I'm very concerned. And I've told him what my concerns are. I have no problem with the Biden administration and what it has done. My problem is that we have not been able to break through that MAGA wall in order to get to people exactly what this president has done.
And I'm joined now by Pennsylvania State Representative and a member of the 2024 Biden-Harris Campaign Advisory Board, Malcolm Kenyatta. Malcolm, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. The president, he's been campaigning on stopping Trump and extremism in the United States. Is that enough? Does he need to try and tell voters about his record of accomplishment in his first term and make it feel real to them? Does there need to be more to his campaign than just stopping Trump?
The president today gave another powerful speech that I think spoke to what this campaign is centering and what I think most people understand. Our democracy is the guarantor of all the other rights that we depend on. When we think about the right to make your own health care decisions, what is necessary to continue to grow our economy so more people have access to the American promise. When you think about what people who come from neighborhoods like mine in North Philadelphia, what we know needs to be done, the work that needs to be finished on making opportunities more easily accessible. None of that is possible if we don't protect and preserve our democracy. And that's the point that the president so firmly made today, while also talking about his record of success on everything from canceling over $137 billion in student loan debt, on his critical executive orders around policing, on the work that he's done around gun violence more than any president. This was the guy that got the assault weapons ban done. And as he said today, he's going to get it done again. And so I think the president is
not true. There was somebody else that had an assault weapon.
but
Wasn't
he's
it
also making sure
Reagan
that
or
we
Clinton?
never lose sight
One
of
of
the
them
fact
before
that we can't
did the
allow
assault weapon
democracy to die on our watch.
But you heard Congressman Clyburn there.
If you
He
didn't wait,
feels
pause for a
confident that
second.
the president's done a good job, but he seems to be concerned about whether or not that is.
Say what? Say what?
Pause for a second. Remember that Operation Mockingbird clip where all the news media was saying all the same thing?
Yep.
It was like, we need to protect our democracy. What's up with all these people talking about democracy this and democracy that? What the hell is that? You know what I'm saying? It's like, what is your exact their exact definition of democracy, bro? And even if you are example of some kind of democracy, that means majority rules. But see, it's kind of in a way, but it's not. And okay, I'm not saying the way it's like that, but it's not like that because there's only probably like 300 people that run this damn world probably. You see what I'm saying? And that's not the majority. And another thing is too, you know what I'm saying? The thing is with that, republic is really where we're really supposed to be practicing because it's giving back to the people. See, democracy has no people, and any of that definition does not have people in it at all. And you notice, are they talking about democracy like how they try to make talk about how they try to make these other countries democracies? Because they do a bad job of it. All they do is just steal their resources and their wealth, right? And then they leave and they leave that motherfucker in shambles and they talk about, we made this to try to make this a democracy. That's true, Felicia. You're right. Does that make sense? Like it just sounds like a talking point that most of them use, especially the Democrats. Democracy. Some conservatives and some Republicans be saying that. I just trip off that. Like, those words. It's just interesting. Like, okay, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. They're just full of shit. They're full of it. It's all lies. It's games. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? People like this, man, Biden didn't do nothing. I'm sorry. What Biden, all those things, the George Floyd and police and that didn't go through. What's the other one? The Emmett Till, that didn't go through. You know what I'm saying? Like, what he didn't. All this stuff, a lot of this stuff that Joe Biden's been doing and been trying to talk about, he's going to implement. As a matter of fact, purposely, they haven't been going through on purpose. Like, you know what I'm saying? They haven't been pushing them. It's just, honestly, it's just to get our vote and it's to keep people on the D train.
All right.
Just like this whole thing, just like the thing with Hogle. They're talking about reparations in New York. Man, that's just for a study, for a commission, for a study. I was bringing it down my uncle yesterday. That reparation stuff don't mean nothing. So that's just like that's just a commission, basically 9 people getting together. You know what I'm saying? I guess suppose we know something about African American history, whatever African American history is. So we're supposed to get together and then come to this kind of conclusion. Yeah, let's talk about this now. Okay, yeah, this is worth a rep. Of course, they're not gonna. Of course, they're not
Recently,
gonna say, say no. Of course, they're not gonna go with it. Did they go with it in California? Nope, they disbanded, like I told y'all they was gonna do.
Hey,
and
man.
one more thing. You know what?
Damn well they won't do that, man.
When they give the government, when they give the government, what you gonna say?
Go ahead.
When the governors, when they do that and they appoint the governors, those commissions,
the
government, those governors have final say. A lot of times have final say in those governors have, like Gavin Newsom had a lot of say in that. You know what I'm saying? But Gavin Newsom not for reparations though. So I don't. It's a front. It's all
Gavin Newsom, they ain't gonna play in the hell out of people, man.
Oh yeah.
You know, Gavin Newsom a lie. I wouldn't trust Gavin Newsom dang on walking down a dark alley.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, let me pull this up.
A growing risk of exposure to measles in Philadelphia. They have added to a list of risky locations first released last month, and say the heightened concern is because someone did not follow the proper quarantine and really because other people aren't doing things that are very easy to do. Action News reporter Corey Davis is live in Northeast Philadelphia with the update. Corey.
Matt, good morning. Those things include getting vaccinated, according to health officials. We're all that 2 people are still in the hospital this morning suffering from measles. At least one of them is linked to this daycare, the multi-cultural education daycare on the Avenue, and also on the door, letting families. Several children are experiencing symptoms. Health officials say measles is very contagious and especially dangerous to those who are not immune vaccinated.
Measles is high. About 9% of people who are not vaccinated exposed will get measles.
Health Commissioner Bettigold says vaccination is key against measles. She says there have been 6 cases in Philadelphia among which originated in the hospital. On Thursday, she confirmed the 2 latest cases happened after one of the initial cases went to daycare instead of following the quarantine protocol they were asked to use. Bettigold warns residents that they may have been exposed at these sites on certain days in December or January. Jefferson Health Building on Chestnut Street, Multicultural Education Station Daycare, Children's Hospital, St. Christopher's Hospital, and Nazareth Hospital. The health commissioner also says if you were in one of those buildings at the time and are not vaccinated, stay home and contact a healthcare provider immediately. If infected, someone could experience symptoms if they have not received the 2 required doses of the vaccine, which medical officials say is 97% effective at preventing measles.
Causes high pain with any light. People have high fevers. They just feel awful. But about 1 out of 5 people who have measles will end up hospitalized.
And other symptoms include rashes all over the body, tiny white spots, cough, runny nose, and in rare cases, swelling of the brain. The health department reports that Philadelphia is high when it comes to vaccination rates to help prevent measles, with at least 93% of children fully vaccinated against the disease by age 6. The dates and locations of those possible exposures are on 6abc.com right now to help keep you up to date. In the meantime, though, the health department is working to track down those who might have been exposed and also checking their vaccination status. Reporting live here in Northeast Philadelphia, Corey Davis, Channel 6 Action News.
All right, Corey, thank you for that.
Use kayaks filter.
What you think about that, Frank?
How'd it get there,
The
man?
guy talking, yeah, he from Philadelphia. He ain't talking about that. Why he ain't talking about that? He talking about Biden. Why he ain't talking about that?
Right. Ooh. I know. That's not the narrative. That's not what they want you to pay attention to. Damn, that's a good point, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
Get to the bottom of it. How did that happen like that? You know what I mean? That's what I want to know. Let's get to the bottom of this. You know what I'm saying? Well, how did that happen like that? You know what I mean?
You're right. How did that happen like
It's
that?
like, what the, okay, and say, like I said, the news does that. They'll tell you the story, what happened, but they don't tell you the detail, how it happened, none of that. So it kind of makes you think like, oh, okay.
No, it happened. They're trying to get you to do something you don't want to do. All right, here we go.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local
An unsettling situation in Mississippi. Jackson, Mississippi, to be exact. It's been revealed 215 bodies were buried in unmarked graves behind state jail in Jackson, of course. Attorney Ben Crump is now calling for an investigation. Families of the dead reportedly had no idea until last month. Some of them, those grave sites were only labeled by a number and a metal rod. Joining us to talk about it, activist Arthur Silky Slim Reed, who also works with Ben Crump.
So, Arthur, this started with Dexter Wade's case back in March, right? He was an individual who was hit by a police officer, and his family thought he was simply missing, but he was dead and buried, and no one notified them.
Well, the thing about it is that he had identification on him, Isaiah, and the medical examiner gave it to the lead detective, who said he called, didn't get an answer, and they didn't worry about doing anything else. What we're finding, Isaiah, is that Mississippi is Mississippi. It's an ugly Mississippi. And this is sad because now we have 6 other individuals that has been put into this same grave. And if you look at the video from when we first went to that site, buzzards were flying overhead. And we were trying to figure out, why are the buzzards flying overhead? But it's because they're putting them in shallow graves, and the only thing that they're putting them in is a body bag without embalming the bodies. So the stench from the bodies are drawing buzzards there. It's so inhumane for anybody to do anyone like that, Isaiah, is just horrible is what we can say. And that's not even a word that we should use in a situation like this. It's something that we haven't seen.
And what we're seeing here is over 200 people in this, what they consider a pauper's grave behind the county jail there. And what you guys are learning in your investigation is many of these families were never called, were never notified. Many of them still think their family members or thought their family members were simply missing, but they were dead and buried and never got a call from any investigators, any law enforcement officials or authorities in Jackson, Mississippi.
That's right. And one of the things that we faced being in Mississippi is that they thought that we were playing the race card. We have white clients as well. There were white people that were buried the same way, Isaiah. And any human being that's buried the way that they're burying these individuals, it says a lot about the people that's doing this criminal act. And the only thing that we're asking, because people always look at us when we're out fighting for civil rights of individuals, the only thing that we're asking in this case, we want you to do the right thing and give them a humane burial. And the city is, so it's crazy, Isaiah, to see something like that. It's 2023. It's not 1940. But to see them just dumping bodies in a grave like that, and no name, just a number. So they'll say, well, number 13, that's Arthur Reed. Number 21 is Isaiah Carey. But we don't really know until we get the remains. And then the remains had decomposed so bad, we just have to take them at their word. And when you look at the story, they told us that they would exhume this body at 12 noon, but they ended up taking this young man, Dexter Wade, out of the ground at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. They say, we were not going to allow them to embarrass us with those cameras. If you're not embarrassed by what you're doing, it's shame on you.
Absolutely incredible. Now, you guys, along with Ben Crump and I think Attorney Dennis Week, you all are asking for a federal investigation, that the feds come in and take a look at this and see exactly what's going on, because there's some questions as to Dexter Wade's death when he was hit by the police officer. Whatever happened with the officer in this case? And why wasn't his family ever notified that he was dead and not just a missing person? So bottom line, you want an investigation, right?
We think many civil rights were violated in Dexter Wade's case, not notifying the family, burying him without permission when you knew who he was. That's the key issue right there. You knew who this individual was. And if you look at the Dexter Wade case, it's sad, but Dexter Wade's uncle was killed by Jackson police, and they knew the family because they was involved in an ongoing lawsuit with that family, with Attorney Sweets, who you're talking about. So this is very, very, very troubling for us for you to know this family already, and for you to do something like this. This was adding insult to already injury that you had done to this family, Isaiah.
There's nothing more powerful than you making your thing happen. Really going.
What do you think about that, man?
But see, this I seen something like this the other day on. I think Queen Amadai was talking about this the other day. They got it. Why are they not? Okay, I think they had talking about they had a lawsuit or something pending. That's on the Mississippi, the city or county of Mississippi, the jail. I mean, the city of Mississippi, because it's right behind the jail. What's going on? And how these people end up dead in a grave right by? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, they had somebody dig it. When it's somebody, it's the hood or somebody. You know what I'm saying? Or a crime or something like that. They always want to put it in some kind of general, what's the name, right? Some kind of general explanation, but when at the same time, when the police or law enforcement do something, it's never general. You notice that? It's never like they never point the finger at the law enforcement. That's what you think, BJ. I know that was the first thing you probably thought of when you came to your mind, or the Department of Correction. It's not prison, it's jail, right? So that's still the state. You see what I'm saying? Or the county of whatever part of Mississippi that is. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's too many people. 215 is something. And see, I don't want to hear no conspiracy theories. There's no theory about it. The only theory I'm going to come up with is the theory who killed the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not exactly sure, but I think it was the jail, the city or the state of Mississippi that had something to do with it. There's too many people. And it's right behind the jail, and it's like, but see, these politicians, and it's funny. What are we going to do about it, right? Who's on it? You know what I'm saying? But they did say they had a lawsuit or something, right?
Yep.
That's a lot of people, though, dude. I wonder if they have all their fans, like if they notified all 250. And it's crazy because I wonder if they even identified all 215 of them people. And how long were those people there for? Because I know these people, they could determine how long the bodies was dead for and how long they were there for. They could determine that. The forensics, you know what I'm saying? In the corner. Mm-hmm. I mean, was that one of the first things that came to your mind when you heard about this? Like, how long have these people been there for? How long have they been dead for, right?
Ain't no telling because they ain't gonna tell you.
Right.
Now let me get to this next one. I know you're gonna love this. This is about a blood shortage now.
The American Red Cross is sounding the alarm, officially declaring the nation's critically low blood supply a national emergency. The nonprofit says blood donations have reached the lowest level in 20 years, fueled by a near 40% drop in donors. They say the problem is so bad that medical procedures could be delayed and lives could be put at risk. They're concerned that as winter weather and respiratory viruses peak, donations will continue to plummet. To emphasize how great the need is, the Red Cross is giving anyone who donates blood in the coming days a chance to win 2 tickets to the upcoming Super Bowl. Joining us now is Rodney Wilson. He's the senior biomedical communication specialist at the American Red Cross. Rodney, thanks for being here. Why are blood donations so low right now?
Well, this is a challenging time of year in general. As we come out of the holidays, we typically see a decrease in blood donations around Christmas and New Year's. And this year's no exception to that. We saw a shortfall of about 7,000 blood donations during that time frame. But also, as we saw that shortfall, hospital demand for blood was very strong, stronger than we usually see around the holidays.
You know, a chance to win Super Bowl tickets sounds like a great incentive for people, but what are some of the other reasons people should consider donating?
Well, yeah, when you donate blood, you're helping to save lives, and that's a wonderful feeling. But when you donate, there's a number of benefits to you. If you give through the Red Cross, you can track where your blood donation goes through our Red Cross blood donor app. You can see exactly which hospital receives your blood. And we find that people, when they know where their blood goes, they're very excited to come back and donate again. And also through the app, you're able to track your vital statistics that we take during your blood donation. So over time, you can look at a history of your blood levels, and that's an indicator to you if when you donate, maybe in one donation, those numbers are significantly different. That could be an indication to you to get your own medical check with your doctor.
While we have you, the Food and Drug Administration updated guidelines that will more gay and bisexual men to donate blood. Has that opened the door to more donations, or is there still kind of a mindset that people in the LGBTQ plus community can't donate?
Yeah, well, this change by the FDA has made blood donation more inclusive than ever. So particularly members of the LGBTQ community who may not have been able to donate before may now be eligible to give. And we have seen a number of people across the country since this change coming in and volunteering to tell us that they are newly eligible under this new guidance. So we're very encouraged by that, that more people are now able to give. And the process that the FDA outlined that we're following also keeps the blood supply safe.
Rodney, your website mentioned that hospital floors are full of kids that need blood. Why are they such a vulnerable group?
Yeah, well, particularly cancer patients and many children diagnosed with cancer use a lot of blood. It's about a third of all blood products go to treat cancer patients. So that's something that we don't really think about, is that when you're going through chemotherapy and other cancer treatments, blood products are needed to be transfused during that process. And almost all of us know someone who's gone through cancer treatment. And if you think about who in your life you know who has had cancer, you can thank a blood donor for helping them to survive their treatment.
If people want to donate, what are the requirements and how can people get connected?
Yeah, well, you have to be at least 17 years old or 16 with a signed parental consent form, be in general good health, and 110 pounds. And there's a number of other criteria that might make you ineligible, certain medications that you're taking or international travel. Those things can make you need to wait perhaps for a couple of months, but they're not necessarily permanent deferrals. But if you have any questions about your eligibility, all of the eligibility information is on our website, redcrossblood.org. You can look at all of that information, and you can also schedule an appointment online, find a blood drive that's near you.
We're so glad we could help spread the word. Rodney Wilson with the American Red Cross. Rodney, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much.
Poll after poll shows Trump.
Yo, yeah. What do you think about that, man?
You already know, man. You already know.
I ain't about donating no blood to him, but I'm just saying. I mean, it seems like a lot of things going on in that little picture, you know.
But my thing is, okay, what's the science or what's the experts? So they would say experts say. Well, this is what the experts are saying. You know, but it's like what the experts saying about it. Why is there a low account in people donating blood? Why? What's going on? See, that's why the news do never. They'll never. It's like they'll always give you news to where you have to ask questions. A lot of questions, like you know what I mean? All right, Pioneer, peace out. Right? It was got to where it's like, well,
hold on 1 second. Hold
does
on.
that make sense?
You right.
It's like,
where you at?
What?
You at? I'm on the show. I'm waiting on you. Me and Frank, you. I told you. We on right now. All right. My bad. That was Chak, man. He was a little late, I guess.
But right, I mean, it's okay. So the thing is, I want to do some. Let's do some damn. Where's the data at, man? They're talking about this data and science when it comes down to, you know what? A couple 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when they can't have the what's name? Where's the data at with this, man? Okay, why is the numbers low? Why are less people donating blood? What the hell's going on? Y'all trying to say because of Rona, because of these diseases, huh? You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. What you think, BJ? That's the first thing that came to my mind. What about you?
You got a point, brother. You got a good point.
What is this so funny looking dude talking about, man?
This is about the defense secretary. He was in the hospital. Now they said that he was in the ICU. Then they came out and said he got prostate cancer. I said, no, wait a minute. Now, hold on, man. You mean tell me dude was in the hospital since December 22nd, prostate cancer, man?
Wow.
And nobody knew this. He went over to Israel, they say. Something could have happened in Israel. Could have poisoned his ass.
I know,
Well, you know they ain't gonna tell you what's going on, man.
You gonna tell you the details, they ain't gonna tell you the real. No, you're not.
But nevertheless, let's go ahead and kick it off.
A White House official tells CBS News that President Biden is not considering firing Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin after he failed to disclose his visit to the hospital, including a stay in the intensive care unit, to the administration. CBS News national security correspondent David Martin has more from the Pentagon.
President Biden said today he has full confidence in Lloyd Austin, but his aides did not hide their displeasure that the commander-in-chief was not told his Secretary of Defense was in intensive care on New Year's Day.
I think there's an expectation that when a cabinet official becomes hospitalized, that will be notified up the chain of command.
The Pentagon acknowledged today that Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Austin's chief of staff, and his spokesman all knew on January 2nd the secretary had been hospitalized, but waited for 2 more days before telling the White House. Austin had been at home recovering from an elective medical procedure when he started experiencing severe pain and was rushed to Walter Reed and admitted to the ICU.
You have, for all intents and purposes, a break in the chain of command.
Former Secretary of Defense Mark Esper.
If the Secretary of Defense is being taken to the hospital in an ambulance, it seems to me that you would give somebody at the White House a heads up.
Authority was transferred to the Deputy Secretary of Defense, but again, no one told the White House. With Austin still in the ICU, a U.S. drone carried out a strike approved by the president 3 days earlier. Only then did Austin's chief of staff finally notify the White House of his condition. Another day went by before Congress and the public were told. Republican Senator Roger Wicker sits on the Armed Services Committee.
When the chain of command is altered in this way over decisions that are really, really very significant, the Congress has to be notified.
And David joins us now from the Pentagon. David, the U.S. is in a slightly more vulnerable position right now. Your conflict keep going abroad. What larger implications do we think this lack of transparency within the executive branch a serious lack of transparency have on national security?
The chain of command is designed to go straight from the president to the Secretary of Defense to the commanders in the field. And the chain of command is absolutely all important when it comes to military operations. It's designed to be simple, it's designed to be straight, and we saw this past week that it can break down. The last time the president talked to the Secretary of Defense before he went into the hospital was on January 1st, and he approved an operation for a drone strike against the leader of an Iranian-backed militia in Baghdad. Nobody told the president that a short time after that phone call, Austin had to be rushed to the hospital and admitted to the intensive care unit. So the drone strike went ahead as planned, and it went as planned. So there was no civilian casualties. There were no riots and demonstrations against the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad. But if things had gone wrong, the president would have wanted to talk to his Secretary of Defense right away, and he would have found out that his Secretary of Defense is in the ICU. Authority had been transferred to Secretary of Defense, who was on vacation in Puerto Rico. Nothing bad came of it, but the system broke down.
And we don't even know, or they haven't said at least, why Austin went to the hospital in the first place just before Christmas. So a lot more to come on this story. David Martin, thank you very much.
Yep. You write, your tone influences how readers respond. With Grammarly.
Wow.
What do you think about that, man?
It's just like, man, what's going on? Well, you know what I'm saying? What's really going on with this dude, man? You know, it's just like, there ain't no such thing as coincidences. So we all know what we should know. You know what I'm saying? That there's something more to this. Damn, like you were saying earlier, damn, man. I know you're probably going to get to it a little later, but the college football championship.
There we go.
Now to the news kept secret for days from top U.S. officials, including the president. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin was treated for prostate cancer. The surgery and his subsequent treatment for complications kept private. Courtney Cuby has the latest.
Tonight, the mystery surrounding Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin's secret of hospitalization revealed he was being treated for prostate cancer. His doctors say he was diagnosed in early December, but defense officials say he hid the illness from top Pentagon officials and even the president.
Nobody at the White House knew that Secretary Austin had prostate cancer until this morning.
A statement from Walter Reed saying his surgical procedure on December 22nd was to treat and cure prostate cancer. They say he was under general anesthesia, but released the next morning. But on Monday, January 1st, Austin was rushed back to Walter Reed via ambulance with severe pain, suffering from an infection and fluid buildup that was impairing his small intestine. On Tuesday, January 2nd, Austin was admitted to the intensive care unit and transferred some authorities to his deputy, Kathleen Hicks, while she was on vacation in Puerto Rico. But Hicks and the White House were not told he was in the ICU until Thursday, January 4th. Members of Congress, senior Pentagon leaders, and the public were not informed until the night of Friday, January 5th.
This guy shouldn't be in charge of our military now.
Well, I'm going to continue calling for full disclosure. I'm calling for a full hearing.
The Pentagon now reviewing who knew what, when, and why the White House wasn't told.
Clearly, we could have done better, and we will do better.
Austin's chief of staff now ordering that these officials be told when Austin transfers authority to Hicks and why. Austin remains hospitalized tonight, having now spent all of 2024 in the hospital. Doctors there saying he's expected to make a full recovery, but it can be a slow process.
And Courtney, I know you're also monitoring some breaking news tonight in the Red Sea.
Yeah, Lester, we are just learning of one of the most complex attacks by Houthi rebels against ships in the Red Sea in recent weeks. U.S. Navy ships shot down multiple missiles and drones that were threatening ships in the area, according to 2 U.S. defense officials. Just today, Secretary of State Antony Blinken traveling in the region, warning that attacks like this could have consequences.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app.
How do you not know?
All right, man. What do you think about that, man?
They knew, man. Come on, man.
How you don't know a man got prostate cancer?
It's like they acting, and it's a brother too. They acting weird about this, man. See, that lets you know when they lie about stuff like this. That's obviously, you know what I mean. They're obviously lying about. Imagine what other real things that involves you in your life and other people that you know life. You know what I mean? That they've lied about that affect you day to day. See what I'm saying? So it's tricky, man. It's tricky. It gets tricky. It is real tricky, man. You know, but it's full of it. Yeah. See, I mean, but see, people ain't gonna see that, you know, how much of the liars and deceivers that they are. People are still gonna go on with, you know, life, with their day-to-day life, right? And then the thing is about this, you know, keep them believing this. You're gonna believe one script, you're gonna keep believing them, man. You're not gonna question. It's to the point where I think people are so comfortable with the government to where they don't even question the government. And they question you for questioning the government, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They knew that, man. Dude, like, come on, man. The jig is up, man. And they're like, oh, the stuff doesn't necessarily get, you know, handed down from the chain of command and this and that. Then what are you talking about at any job or whatever the fuck? People are going to know. People gossip. People talk. Right?
Man, they know goddamn well. Man, I tell you, they probably poisoned that man.
Oh, yeah. The way they act in a sense, like it's like a guilt vibe. It's like, you know, that shit crazy. But so did they know? My thing is, they did. So all this guy came out after he came back from Israel, right? Am I right or wrong? See, they play too much.
Who say before he got back? They ain't never. Hey, could have been. Might not have never made it back.
Good point. It's just some just fishy about this in Israel.
Just letting you know, a lot of things ain't adding up here.
True.
I'm just saying, a lot of things adding up.
Nah, they're not.
So a lot of things went down in the White House.
Go ahead, James.
Thank you very much, Kareem. With respect to the incident involving Secretary Austin, from your statements and those of Admiral Kirby, we learned today that President Biden expresses full faith and confidence in this cabinet officer, even though the president nor anyone else on his staff yet knows why Secretary Austin violated the existing rules and withheld this information. Is it the posture of the president that Secretary Austin's motivation is irrelevant to the president's estimation of him in this instance?
What I will say is, and we have said this many times, is that Secretary Austin put out a statement taking full responsibility of what has unfolded over the last couple of days, and the president appreciates that. And I have the statement right in front of me, but I'm sure you've seen it. And one of the things that's in here, he said, is I also understand the media concerns about transparency. And I recognize I could have done a better job ensuring the public was appropriately informed. I commit to doing better. But it is important to say this is my medical procedure, and I take full responsibility for my decisions about disclosure. So Secretary took full responsibility. I think that is important to note. We appreciate that he's taken full responsibility, And one of the things that I've stated multiple times at this podium in the past couple of minutes is that the Pentagon is going to do a full review. We're going to let that review happen. It's going to take about 30 days, as they stated in their memo. And also we're going to take extra steps here, as we've stated with the memo, as I've stated with the memo that the Chief of Staff sent out to agencies.
Just to follow on this before I pose an unrelated second question, the motivations on the part of the Secretary for doing this are unknown to the President. And you're telling us there's going to be a 30-day review, et cetera. Shouldn't the expression of full faith and confidence in this cabinet officer await the results of that investigation? And also, isn't it a key piece of information for the President to know why Secretary Austin did this before he expresses full faith and confidence?
I think one of the things that's so important, and we don't see this enough in today's world, is for someone to take responsibility. So someone to actually say, I made a mistake and I take full responsibility. And I think that's important here. I'm not going to speak to that. I'm going to speak to the action of taking responsibility here. And I think that's important. And the President appreciates that. And the Admiral laid out some of the things or actions and that the Secretary has taken over the last 2 years, that has been very helpful and that has really played into his leadership as Secretary of the Defense. And so he has done a really a stellar job in that position. The President appreciates the job that he's done, and he's taken responsibility, and I think that's important here as well.
On this event Friday in Allentown, Pennsylvania, that you just disclosed to us, you've told us that it's going to be a speech about Bidenomics. How ought the so-called ordinary American at home to distinguish between official events and political events in this season? I've done this long enough to know that the President's remarks in Allentown on Friday are going to sound an awful lot like a campaign appearance. So what distinguishes an official event from a campaign event at this point?
I mean, we've been very clear. When there's been a campaign event, I've said it's a campaign event, and you have to go to the campaign, right, to get information. And usually a campaign event comes from the campaign. And so that's very clear. That is very clear. And so I don't know how else we could be more clearer than that. And we'll have more on what Friday will look like, and we will certainly share that with all of you. And we've been clear. Campaign event comes from the campaign. They lead those events. They speak to those events. And we have been very careful to let that live with the campaign.
But the answer you've given me suggests that the same event can transpire with exactly the same words and actions. Hang on. In one, twice in a row, identically. But if one is organized by the White House, it's an official event. And if one is organized by the campaign, that's a campaign event.
So I want to be very clear here. What we're doing has been done by other presidents. It really, when there's a re-election for a president, there tends to be a campaign event and there tends to be an official event. That is not unusual. The way that we have moved forward with this process over the last couple of weeks, right, as we're in 2024, we're not doing anything different. We're not doing anything new. This is a protocol that has been existing for some time. So I'm just not going to get into go down a rabbit hole with you. We're not doing anything different.
Well,
they're acting weird, huh? About
hey,
that.
man.
Very suspicious about that, man.
Let us know what happened, brother.
I know, huh? Acting funny.
Let us
funny
know
about
what
that.
happened. All right, let's get to the earthquakes now. I get back to the Black Shadow. Miami. All right, they said there was some aliens in Bayside, Miami, man.
You want to change your life today? Make a decision. Focus on where you want to go instead of what you're afraid of. Really?
Rumors of aliens invading Miami are going viral on social media.
This is for real, folks. The conspiracy theory stems from a large police presence at Bayside Marketplace on New Year's Day. Take a good look at your screen. Are those aliens walking in front of Bayside Marketplace in downtown Miami? Online conspiracy theorists are saying that shadowy figure not far from
Wait a
Park
minute
Miami
now.
police
They just
cars.
say online conspiracy theories.
Oh,
Come on, man. Oh my God. Hey man, Frank. Hey Frank. You know what I'm gonna say?
mm-hmm.
You got to say, when me and you do a show together, we pull up some wacky shit, man. This shit funny, man.
Yeah, man. You got to be thinking, man. You know, ain't no thinking, man.
Shit funny, man. Hey man, any motherfucker making me laugh, man. I be laughing my ass. That's why I be having to go on mute, man, because I be laughing. But no, let me keep.
It's just like,
Hey
I mean,
man, what kind of psyops this shit is, man?
it
Come
makes you want
on,
to think
man.
like, huh? You really want? It makes you want to think like, what, bro?
Well, it says online conspiracy theories, man. Fuck it, man. Just go ahead. Let me keep going, man. I'm going back on mute because I got to laugh at this shit, man.
Appears to be an alien.
Honestly, I think it looks pretty real to me. Alien look pretty chill.
I'd be friends with an alien. I think it'd be pretty cool.
The viral video was allegedly taken during massive police presence at Bayside on New Year's Day. Crowds of young people armed with sticks began fighting. Police say juveniles were also setting off fireworks that some believed was gunfire, resulting in chaos.
There's a big crowd of people running out of Bayside and kind of grouping up, running between cars, almost getting hit by cars. It was like absolute chaos.
Now, rumors are circulating on social media saying police weren't there to handle a group of rowdy teens, but rather to tall shadow aliens.
But the real question is, are they friendly? Are they after us? Are they going to attack us? Are they going to do world domination on us? Who knows, man?
The phrases Miami Mall and aliens in Miami have been among the top 10 searches on Twitter's trending tab. And Google News even has several reports questioning the event. Miami police saying in part, there were no aliens, UFOs, or ETs. No airports were closed. No power outages. The statement ended with the facepalm emoji. Now, to read up on the story, and a lot of people are interested in the story because it's gone viral. Check it out for yourself. Go to our website, cbsmiami.com.
It was.
Now look. Now look, they say they got him in Las Vegas, a Las Vegas alien call. So what I'm letting you know, Frank, they coming back around, they about to start hitting you with everything. This shit about to be funny as hell. Woo, boy. Man, come on, man. This stuff funny, man. You can't even lie.
It is funny, man. It's like,
oh, let me play this one with Las Vegas. Hold on, man. Oh. Whoa.
Way about the legitimacy of an alleged UFO crash. Good evening. I'm Janice Valdez.
And I'm Brian Loftus. Our 8 News Now investigators reporting about terrified members of a local family who told police they had aliens in their backyard. Chief Investigator George Knapp here to piece it all together.
You know, as with all things UFO, the public debate is ferocious and ongoing. Was it all a hoax? Were we duped? Was it all an evil plot, a cover-up, all of the above? We took another look at the hubbub to separate wheat from chaff. The fireball captured on a police body cam on the night of April 30th was the American California. Another Las Vegas resident sent us a video of the same object recorded on her home camera.
Investigation by Next Station KAS.
As the story of the Las Vegas across newscasts, and so one of NASA's planetary defense officers weighed in to say it was likely a small meteor that fell to Earth hundreds of miles away from Las Vegas. Police videos obtained by 8 News Now indicate Metro officers were among the witnesses.
One of my partners said they saw something fall out of the sky too, so that's why I'm kind of curious.
The appearance of the meteor seemingly triggered the events that followed. A frightened family called 911 and told police they had 10-foot-tall alien beings in their backyard. Officers responded to the home minutes later, interviewed the witnesses, canvassed the area, and cautiously inspected the backyard to look for intruders. One thing noticed by the officers was a circle in the soil. In conversations with us and in a podcast interview, Angel, the main witness, suggested the circle might have been created when an unknown object landed in the yard. Social media sleuths have since pointed out that the circular image has been viewable via Google Earth for more than a year. The family told us by phone they had seen suspicious vehicles with men in black types checking out their home. Turns out there is substance to that. A retired police officer fessed up on News Nation that he spent days staking out the house to see what, if anything, unfolded. What about those reports that Metroply to watch for intruders, human or otherwise, or overzealous media? Turns out that's true as well. Metro confirmed as much in a statement to 8 News Now's David Charnes. The system stayed on the roof for camera video with the weird noise. The main witness, Angel, intimated to us the video was recorded by one of his neighbors, and the audio was from the April 30th UFO crash. It wasn't. The security camera video was recorded in mid-April, according to the man who first posted the clip. He doesn't want his name used, but says the recording was from a fireball that passed over his home in the southwestern part of the valley 2 weeks prior to the alleged alien encounter. The family declined to be interviewed by us, but members have spoken elsewhere and stick to their claims of seeing alien. Dozens of people on social media have analyzed and dissected images with these claims of aliens in the shadows. Police do not believe this was a hoax call, which could be a crime if done intentionally. In the fervid swamp known as UFO world, our coverage of the story was itself seen as a dastardly plot to distract attention away from a prominent whistleblower named David Grush, who stepped forward around the same time. Grush unveiled his explosive on-camera account on News Nation, which is owned by the parent company of KLAS. In spite of the local news story, Grush's story was reported by news media all over the world. Curses foiled again.
All right. So, I mean, what do you make of this whistleblower, David Grush?
He first reached out to me about a year ago. We've been in contact ever since. He's the real deal. I mean, he had a distinguished career in the Air Force. Then he went to work for a 3-letter agency you probably haven't heard of, the NGA, which basically tracks everything in space, in the air, in the ocean, under the ocean, on land. They keep track of everything. He has the highest security clearances in our government. And in that capacity, he interacted with something like 2,000 SAP, special access programs. And he learned along the way that we're reverse engineering crash flying saucers, and he's been telling that to Congress under oath behind closed doors. And I think they'll probably bring him back. So it's a pretty intriguing story. A lot like what we've been hearing about out in the Nevada desert for a long time.
Right. Of all the stories you've done over decades and decades, this one has really gone worldwide.
The backyard alien?
Yes.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy how much.
Man. A lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on, Frank.
There's nothing more powerful than you making your thing happen, doing business on your terms.
In a few hours, New York City is going to begin the process of evicting migrant families from city-run shelters under a new 60-day shelter limit. Advocates are outraged, but the mayor says migrant families won't be left without a place to stay. Eyewitness News reporter Janice Yu is live outside of the Row Hotel in Midtown with more for us. Janice?
Good morning, Shirlene. Mayor Adams is adamant that this move is not one to destabilize these families' lives. In fact, he says it's the exact opposite. And he says it's just not fair for children to have to live out of suitcases in hotels. So he says this is just the next step in making sure these families carry on more stable lives. The city says it has met with at least one adult member of each family at least 4 times leading up to today, making sure they have apartments lined up, helping them to get in contact with a relative in another state or city, and providing any legal or job help they might need. And the Department of Education is also working with parents to keep students from having to switch schools. City leaders say this process works. They are adamant that it works. They say nearly 60% of people who've come through the shelter system have been able to move on with their journey. But critics remain unconvinced and say these limits on stays in shelters will only add to the chaos and hardship.
Children and their families will sleep on the floor of offices. They will sleep on the street outside of St. Bridget's.
This is not going to be a city where we're going to place children and families on the street and have them sleep on the street. That is not going to happen.
So about 40 families will have to leave the Row Hotel by 10 o'clock this morning. And again, this is just the first wave in migrant families who are now having to follow the 60-day limit. And if people don't have a place to stay, they can go back to the Roosevelt Hotel, which is that intake center, and they can reapply to enter the the city's shelter system for another 60 days. Live in
Dang. Ain't that some shit, Frank?
Wow, bro. Wow. What does that tell you? This is a lot, you know? That's what I'm saying. Like, but see, they don't do that for Americans. That's what, you know what I mean? Especially, but this is my thing. It's a different story when it's somebody not from the country doing it. But when it's so-called black people, you know, inquiring about something or some reparations, and we want handouts and we lazy, and man, I'll just be tripping off that.
When the president of Mexico just told Biden to give, well, not the president of Mexico, but official in Mexico said to give all these people amnesty.
Amnesty?
Well, give them legal citizenship.
Man, hey, who is he? The fuck? Okay, let's you know what I'm saying, we're gonna tell him, like, you know what I'm saying, dude, see, they're playing. They know that they could do that. They know that.
Can we go flood Mexico like that?
Damn, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Migrants with fake passports pose as minors at southern border.
Turning now to the southwest border, where the U.S. is learning that DHS is warning border agents to be on the lookout for migrants from Guinea using bogus passports. Migrants are changing their age in their passports so they can claim the unaccompanied minors, supposedly giving them a better chance of getting into the. But not courts really make a difference. Who's Bradley is live tonight from Lookville, Arizona. Allie, if you use falsified documents would be enough to refuse entry to the migrants, but that's not the case.
Yeah, so this alert was sent out here in Tucson sector in Lookville, Elizabeth, to CBP today, and they say that those individuals are going through just like anyone else who shows up at the southern border. And then we want to show you this. Take a look at these numbers that we just got in the News Nation here. Just a year and a half ago, we encountered just a few dozen migrants from the West African country of Guinea. Fast forward to just after the summer, more than 4,500 were encountered last month alone. That is a 1,200% increase from the summer. Now, this internal alert that we're talking about here to send out agents in the Tucson sector to make shelter documents that are being used. Some people come from the capital of Guinea. Now, warns that some of these migrants from Guinea may have been coached by officials within their own government to change their age on their passport so that they can enter as an unaccompanied minor, upping their chance of remaining, eventually seeing less scrutiny. Now, border officials also warning that a criminal group in Guinea has allegedly stolen some of those blank passports as well. It's now selling those with falsified information. That DHS alertly tells agents to look out for after June of 2023. Congressman Juan Ciscomani, who represents the Tucson sector, he says this is extremely concerning. Take a listen.
Unfortunately, the easiest to come into the country with whatever you have, they're still going to that extent to prove that there's somebody else. That's troubling. That's troubling. Why are these passports and these IDs being burned to fake an age, fake an ID, to claim asylum when from a country that maybe that doesn't qualify or is not within the qualifications to seek asylum? None of the reasons or none of the options, I don't know which one it is, but none of them sound promising good to any of us. So we should be troubled by that.
Now, Elizabeth, this all really underscores what FBI Director Christopher Wray has disclosed, along with former Border Patrol chiefs who say basically we have gaps in our intel. What we have for the vetting processes from these individuals coming from all these 170 nations have been represented at our southern border. We don't have access to all those databases. So when someone comes in, whoever that they are, don't in the system, when biometrics are run that retina scans or on Interpol, Elizabeth, they are who they say they are.
Yeah, I'm still puzzled as to why they're changing their birth dates if they're going to get in no matter what birth date they have. But it does raise questions if those kinds of things are being, maybe other important data being altered on other passports as well. I'm sure they're investigating and looking into that. Ali Brad, as always, on the U.S. Arizona. Thank you.
Thanks. Go to joinnn.com to find news on your television provider. Don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more.
What do you think about that, Frank?
Once again, how are they doing this? How and why, man? That's my questions. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if they're gonna let you in, why would they have to fake any of their information? Somebody's telling them from the inside to do it, though, right? Does that make sense? How would they know? How would they know to do it? Does that make sense? Does that make sense or no? Like, you know what I mean? How would they know to do any of this fraudulent stuff with any of these passports or whatever the fuck? How would they know? You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is, man. It's like, what are they gonna do about this? You know what I'm saying? See, the thing is, they're doing all this because they're not gonna do nothing about it, right? They're gonna keep this going. And you notice what I noticed when Trump was in there, like, or just like, okay, Trump, he whatever he did, controlling the immigration, the immigration population, all that. But it's like right when when a Democrat gets in, it's like, damn, man, let's do Joe Biden, man. He just go overboard with the immigration protocol. It's like, damn, just overboard. You know what I mean? What do y'all think? I mean, what do you think, BJ? I don't know. It's like, this ain't even lenient on it. This is just, you just letting everybody in. You know what I mean? It makes sense? Mm-hmm. You letting everybody in here, literally. Right. And then they said 170 nations. Damn, that's a lot of people. From all them different places, man. Like, wow. Wow. Did she say 170? Is that what she said? Mm-hmm. Damn, BJ, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, bro.
Now I can't find the damn story. Oh, here it is. You got to go find this, like, you know, because I had the story the other day, but they're not trying to let you get it out. But anyway, ex-boyfriend of Michelle Obama said that David X Church said, come forward to tell you that she is actually a man named Michael Robinson, only became Michelle to meet Barack and having prospects of becoming first lady. According to Upchurch, who dated Michelle Obama in high school, Barack Obama, lucky man, having a partner versatile, the former Michael. The revelation by her former boyfriend is the latest blow for Michelle Obama's political ambitions. According to official document, Illinois State Board election, Michelle Obama was officially a registered voter as a man from 1994 until 2008. The official documents also reveal Obama changed her sex to female in 2008, the same year her husband was running for president. So, go check it out. I'm glad you saw it. You ain't the only one that saw it, brother. I find it funny as hell. We've been on to something. All right, hold tight, man. I don't know what to tell it, man. Chak said, the link I sent you working because you on here.
No.
Try it again. He said the link ain't working. I'm like, I don't know how. I don't know. I'll be on for a couple more minutes. I'm gonna see if it worked, but I ain't, fuck it. And there you go. You know they try to sabotage the whole thing, Frank.
Well, you know
what? Let's go one more thing about this tunnel one more time, man. I ain't really. I can't just play one clip of that thing. I gotta get, I gotta play that at least twice just for people to get it. Because this
about the what? What'd you say about the what?
The tunnel.
That shit don't even make no damn sense, man. That don't make no damn sense, man. Yo.
Yep.
You say once you said you was gonna go to something else or whatever?
It didn't play?
Nah. I don't see nothing playing. I don't hear nothing. That's why I was just like, yo.
Hold tight. Okay. My bad. Let's do it again.
In the New York City erupted into chaos over the discovery of a secret underground tunnel. Jewish synagogue members clashed with the New York Police Department to prevent the tunnel from being sealed off. Well, construction workers arrived on Monday to fill an illegal tunnel at the headquarters. The address is also known as 770 in the Crown Heights neighborhood. Young Orthodox Jewish men climbed into the path to block the closure of the tunnel. The tunnel reportedly runs from the main synagogue to a now closed building next door. The motive behind its existence remains unclear as of now. It's also not known why the synagogue members reacted so chaotically to the arrivals of the authorities. Now, first reports of the tunnel surfaced in late 2023 after a resident complained about suspicious noises in his neighborhood for some time. The tunnel was reportedly dug during nights for some time. The unexpected discovery of the tunnel has raised concerns about the intent behind it as well as the stability of the building. And reacting to the incident, the World Headquarters has expressed at the vandalism by what it called a group of young agitators. The statement says that the actions will be probed and the sanctity of the synagogue will be restored. The New York police has arrested 10 people over claims that a demonstrator tried to pepper spray an officer there.
That fool should have been dead. He should have been shot. How you gonna try to spray a cop and there's no okay? What happened? You had to tell you. A protester tried to spray an officer. Okay, what happened? That's it. That's all they tell you. I don't know. I just don't see how people don't. I don't know, man. I just don't see how we keep falling for the same old.
It's
man.
funny.
Does that make sense?
This is funny stuff, man. I got to give them credit, man. They daggone got some crap going on. But it is what it is. Like I said, man, it's 2024. More to see and more to be done. This is some funny stuff. Chak, I don't know what's going on with the link, man. I don't know. I done sent it like 5 times. It's okay. We try this again another day, man. It's some crazy stuff, man. Frank, I sent you the link, and I sent him the link at the same time, about 8:40 or whatever time I sent it. He said he's not getting the link, or it ain't working. I don't know. Wow. Sabotage at its finest, but it's okay. We did talk about that Mississippi tunnel, though, Shaq. Why, so we did bring that up. I mean, that Mississippi dead bodies. And while we talking about it, daggone, there might have been some dead bodies in that tunnel or some child trafficking. How we know?
That's man. That's why. I don't know. I just be tripping off this whole internet stuff, man. It's just crazy, man. Because and even the stories that tell. I mean, if you want to tell us and give us stories, give us some detail, man. If you don't want to give us no detail, but see, they don't need it to give you detail because people ain't asking, people ain't demanding detail, right?
I ask.
Make sense?
Well, let me say this. Last night, I was informed that Cat Williams, no, it's Sunday. Cat Williams is coming to Richmond.
Oh, okay. Word. No diggity.
Tickets starting at $212.
Damn.
So, I just said the interview last week. That was a moneymaker for 202. Just put it out there.
Oh, you know what?
Now the video got 33 million views.
Damn, what the video with damn that see, it's almost like everybody gets paid off of it. Everybody gets, you know what I mean?
Who made this go viral, man?
That's what I'm saying. That's a good point, man. It's like,
I mean, don't get me wrong. Let me say something. I'm not saying he ain't say a lot. I ain't saying it won't good information. But I'm like, damn. Me and you give out information like that, they ain't getting nowhere. Well, then again, we don't know. Because I told you one time they were suppressing my numbers. So, but let's just put it away. I don't think I'll get 30 million views because we ain't talking about, we're not in the entertainment industry like that. So. But it is what it is.
Yeah, they do be.
But the information can be much more valuable.
YouTube do be doing that, man.
Yeah, they were sharing shop new. They were drinking liquor on the damn thing with them tight pants he had on. But
Shannon Sharp, that dude, all them dudes, man, it's like.
Well, Sean, we also broke down last night early that daggone the Harbaugh brothers, they coached against each other in Super Bowl 47 last night. The final score 34-13, which is 47.
Oh yeah, damn, man. Well, that was some math right there. That ain't no coincidence, man.
I mean,
come on, man.
I was waiting at the end of the game for Michigan and somebody to score not to make it. I said, man, they scored 47. I know this thing. It was 20-13 for a long time. Then they got 27-13, and then they got 34-13, and then that was it. Yeah, it is hard to watch these days.
They got to make sure that 47, bro. Like any kind of, I'm telling you, these numbers, man. You just got to keep on track and eye on these numbers. Once you keep an eye on these numbers, and it's like, okay, it makes sense.
Yeah. The games they play. And the colors of the Super Bowl are what? 49ers, Baltimore. The color.
Was it that's like golden, like golden red? Was it?
Yep. He did do another interview today on Willie D podcast. I saw it. I heard about it. Yep.
Willie D. Okay, Willie D. Oh yeah, Willie D. About to get some numbers. He about to get some views now.
But everybody making money. But anyway, go ahead and shout your information, brother.
All right, man. Well, shoot. Once again, man, good looking out for having me back on here, man. You know, always a pleasure to spit some fire. You know what I mean? Like-minded cats like me, like-minded people like me. Oh yeah. So, yeah, y'all can follow me, man, on Instagram at Frank Jones 8115 or XX Frank Nitty XX. Or yeah, man. You know, subscribe to the channel if y'all not subscribed. Yeah, man, and check out some videos, man. You know. Yeah, BJ, good looking out again, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. Like I said, man, we just gotta be more. We gotta get this thing more in tune, man. A lot of things been going on, but it is what it is. Just be more in tune, and you know, like I said, I just been raining all day. There got all this rain, time to get some good, much needed shut eye. But it is what it is. So, with that being said, take your time, brother. Have a good night. And I give you a holler.
All right, for sure. Salute, man.
Yes, sir.